Okay, my name is Deborah Watson. I will be teaching you about the eye. I'm going to talk about the major functions of the eye. I'm going to talk about the parts of it. And if either of these parts are not working together, then you're going to have a hard time seeing. The major parts of the eye are the sclera, the choroid, the retina, the optic nerve, the ciliary body, the iris, the lens, the pupil, and the cornea. The sclera is the first part. It's the white of the eye, the protective coating that controls movement in the eye. So when you go to look left and right, it's not your eye that's moving, it's the sclera that's moving. It is made up of layers of connective tissue. It is the supporting wall of the eyeball. So in order to have your eyeball seen, you have to see the white part in the eye, which is your sclera. It has a mucous membrane that lubricates the eye. So if someone was to poke you in your eye, they're actually hitting that sclera, and that's why it causes it to water up like that, because that's from that mucous membrane. And the example that I have up here is of dry eyes in the first one, and the second one is a broken blood vessel. The next one is the choroid. The choroid is the thickest layer of the eye. It is located in the rear of the eye. It provides oxygen and nourishment to the eye. It is located between the retina and the sclera, and it absorbs light to lessen the glare in the eye. The next one is the retina. The retina makes up 65% of the interior surface of the eye. It is also where your rods and cones are located. It captures light and turns it into electrical signals, and then they become images. It is a thin layer of tissue that lines the back of the eye. Information is processed through photoreceptor cells, which is where we get our color and light from. And the fovea is the central part of the retina. The optic nerve is located in the back of the eye. And in the picture I have right here, the optic nerve is at the end of the eye right here, and it goes up into the brain. And then you have electrical signals that send it to the cortex to tell you what exactly you're looking at. It transfers visual information from retina through the brain through electrical signals. They make up 1 million nerve cells, and your blind spot is located in the optic nerve. The ciliary body regulates pressure in the eye. That's one of its two main functions. The second one is that it secretes aqueous humor, or a watery fluid, in the eye. And the muscles that change shape to focus eye near and far. So when you're trying to see something near and far, it's because those muscles are expanding and moving so that way you can see it. It is located behind the iris, and it forms the middle layer of the eye. The iris is the circular structure of the eye. It controls the size of the pupil. It controls the amount of light that enters, and it gives the eye its color. Just like in the daytime like that, your iris is small because it tries to stop so much light from coming in, and at night it's wider because the light is low instead of being high. The lens is located in the eye. It changes focal distance in the eye, so it makes it where you can either see it or bring something closer to you or push it farther away. It works with the cornea to refract or bend light, and it is shaped like an olive. The pupil is the black circle in the center of the eye. It regulates the amount of light that enters the eye, and it grows larger or either smaller. The cornea covers the front portion of the eye. It is transparent. It covers the pupil, and it shields eye from germs and dust, and it functions like a window to control the amount of light that's coming in and out. Diseases that occur in the eye. In the lens, you can get cataracts, which they can form at any age, but they are most common in adults around the age of 65. And diabetes and certain medications that have corticosteroids in them is something that contributes to cataracts. In the cornea, you have corneal dystrophy, which is swelling and clouding of vision, which causes blisters on the front of your eye. And it's mostly caused by genetics. In the pupil, you have glaucoma. Glaucoma is not one disease. It is a group of diseases that causes damage to your optic nerve. It is the second most cause of blindness. and you have one that's called open angle glaucoma. It can go undetected for years. There's no early signs of it or anything. And it's hard for you to tell between light and dark because you're no longer able to see anything on your side. Everything will just be focused in the middle. In the iris, you have aniridia, which means an absence of the iris, which is caused by injury, and it's usually happening in both eyes, not just one eye. Or it can be congenital. In the ciliary body, you have melanoma, which is a tumor, and it just doesn't affect the ciliary body. It affects all parts of the body. It can affect the corduroy, the eyelids, the iris. It's something that spreads all over the eye. In the optic nerve, you have optic nerve atrophy, which is a mild to severe damage to the optic nerve. It leads to distortion, vision loss, and blindness. In the retina, you have macular degeneration, which mostly happens with age. In the choroid, you have choroidal melanoma, which is symptoms like you have flashes of light, you have distortions, and the reason you have that is because your retina is detaching, so that way when light comes in, it's supposed to go to hit off the retina and then keeps going on through. But if the retina is detached, there's nowhere for that light to hit off of. And in the sclera, you have scleratitis, which is severe, destructive, vision-threatening inflammation. And some interesting facts about the eye. I said the eye develops 2 weeks after you are conceived. Your eyeballs stay the same size from birth until death. There are 2 million working parts in the eye. Only 1/6 of the human eyeball is exposed. Your corneas are the only tissues that don't have blood. The eye weighs under an ounce. The eye cannot be transplanted like a heart or a lung. And 80% of our memories are determined by what we see. So someone that's blind won't have as many memories as someone that can see. And my thing is that I will be emailing out to people, or either you can go online on YouTube when I post the video and comment on and label the diagrams if you can. And that concludes my presentation.